Plaintiff Jerome Lewis says she grew up thinking that she and her brother had the same father. However, at the age of 15, relatives told her that he was not her father, and there were two other men who could be, including the defendant. So she petitioned the court for a paternity test. Defendant Gregory Broadnax admits that he dated Jerome's mother around the time she got pregnant, but he claims her mother always told him that he wasn't Jerome's father. Gregory is eager to learn the results of the DNA tests today.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
And we're here to determine paternity. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and so let's get right into it.
Me and my brother grew up thinking that we had the same father, but ended up finding out that we didn't. As I got older,
How'd you find out?
relatives was telling me that I had two guys that probably might be my father. One of them might be my father.
How many relatives told you that?
Like
than one?
2 or 3 of my aunties, my mom's sisters. Yes.
Okay. How old were you?
15, 14, 15, yeah.
How did you respond when they told you that?
I was surprised because, I mean, like I said, I grew up thinking that my brother's father was my father. So, I mean, it shocked me.
You think they were waiting until you were old enough to perhaps handle whatever the news was, or?
All they told me that they said they felt like I need to know the truth. I need to stop calling somebody dad that's not my father. My mom, she told me, she said that's my brother's father, but he was around me. Well, he was around her when she was pregnant, or however it goes.
Did she say who your father was? Your mom?
No.
Did she know?
She says between two guys, either Greg or another guy.
Okay, so tell me how things went from then.
So, after I ended up finding out that we didn't have the same father, I used to live right across the street from Greg and his family. I used to go over to their house. I met his parents and I met his siblings. They all said that I looked just like them, their family. But, I mean, I used to ask Greg all the time, am I your daughter? Am I your daughter? All he would do is smile.
And then you began asking him, and he said no each time?
No, he never said no.
Oh, what did
he
he
just
say?
smiled. He just smiled.
Let me hear from you, sir.
Well, Jerome's mom and I dated back in the late 60s, early 70s. When she asked me if I was her dad, I wouldn't say yes because I wasn't sure. Her mom had told me I wasn't, but I know she resembles some people in my family. And
Did you have relations with her mom around the time that she became pregnant with her?
yes,
Okay. All right. So that's the reason you just smiled. You
Yeah.
didn't say one thing or the other.
Right.
Because you weren't sure.
I was not
And you didn't want to get into that with a young lady to try and figure things out that you weren't sure of and that the mom wasn't sure of.
Yes.
So why haven't you all taken the test since then?
Because it's like when he smiled, I just left it alone. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, well, evidently he don't know, I don't know, so I just left it alone. I didn't hear no more from him. So I ended up hearing about this other guy that might be my father, so I tried to reach out to him. I looked him up on the internet. I called him, and I asked him, I said, do you think you might be my father? He said, I don't know. He said, I'm not gonna say no, and I'm not gonna say yes. I said, do you think you can go, well, can we have a DNA test and, I mean, go from there? And he was like, well, I'll get back with you. Never heard back from him no more.
Did you all request the DNA prior to coming here? Over the years, did you request one of the of Mr. Broadnax?
No, because when he just smiled, I'm like,
Last time you spoke with your mother about it?
I speak to my mom every day about it.
Really?
I talked to my mom this morning about it.
What does she say in all seriousness?
It's between them two. That's all she said. She just says between them two.
Has she called one of them and say, hey, my daughter wants to check and see, would you?
No, she leaving it all on me. Because I told her, I have a puzzle, and my puzzle is not complete until I get that one missing piece, and that's knowing who my father is. And like I told Greg and I told the other guy, If you are my father, and if you don't want to have anything to do with me, that's fine. But I have the right to know who my father is.
Are you just as interested in knowing?
Yes, I am.
Why haven't you done anything in all these years since she asked you that? Why haven't you said, well, baby, let's take a test and make it so that we can determine one way or another?
Well, I didn't want to push the issue at that time because her mom told me she wasn't mine, that she was another guy, so I just left the issue on.
All right, and if he's not the father, we have one more that the other gentleman hasn't taken the test.
You know what,
obviously,
Judge
as you
Mathis?
said.
I'm hoping and praying that Greg is my father. But if he's not my father, I'm done. Because the other guy already told me his wife said no. She said no.
His wife said he couldn't take the test.
Exactly.
Look at the results. And I don't think there's a law that would compel him to take the test, quite frankly. Were it dealing with child support, then the law would compel him. But I don't know what we can do about him because Mr. Broadnex is not your dad.
Wow.
So, God bless you. We'll help you best we can.
Thank you. Greg, thank you for stepping up and being the man and doing this for me.
You're welcome, but you can still come see me anytime. Make sure you keep coming see me.